Lots of time and energy is dedicated to the study of successful businesses. But for Declan Gallagher of Oilean Glas Teo, the key to success is pretty straightforward.
In our business, it's about two things. It's about common sense and personality.
Declan attributes his common sense and his personality to his family and to Kilgar, the village where he grew up, and the home to OGT, the company that harvests seaweed and turns it into fertiliser used by golf courses and the horticultural industry worldwide.
This is the harvesting here. The species of seaweed we use is the Ascophyllum nodosum. As you can see, most commonly known in Ireland as the bladderwrack. It grows all along the west coast of Ireland, and the west coast of Ireland being a key location because of no major industry, no oil tanker routes and no pollution. And what the seaweed really is environmentally worldwide is like a filter to the ocean. So harvesting seaweed in unpolluted areas is key. If we take now what the harvester's doing, the harvester's still doing the same method of harvesting seaweed now as they done 100 years ago. And as you can see, it's all cut by hand. The harvesters are leaving 6 inches on the rock as he's cutting along, and the 6 inches on the rock will guarantee that the stalk regenerates itself within 3 to 5 years. This is the start of the process here. The fresh seaweed that the harvesters have cut is taken in here and is stored in the cold room. It goes from here then into the production process. And the fresh seaweed that grows along the west coast of Ireland is the best of any quality, and really we're trying to mirror that into a liquid product. Working with NUIG this last 5 years has allowed us to produce a proper production system that allows us to retain all the carbohydrates and amino acids that's natural within the fresh raw material. It's a high value product, and what we've done is, because we retain all the nutrients that's natural within the fresh raw material, the application rate is lower in the product. So when we take, for example, to a golf course or a fruit and vegetable grower, applying alga green to them will reduce their overall running costs for the year. So it's not an add-on product, it's a product that will save them money. And in times of recession, it should help us develop further as a company.
The seaweed is processed to produce a highly concentrated liquid fertiliser. 40% of OGT's business is in golf, with courses in Ireland and around the world using the company's fertiliser.
The Irish market in golf terms have got us to where we are as a company. Originally the business started off dealing with solely just golf within the Irish industry. We supply somewhere in the region of probably 60% of the golf courses in Ireland. That base in Ireland allowed us to develop other countries. We felt that the best market for us to deal next was America. So in the dealing with America, we looked at primarily California. Within California now, we supply 1 in every 3 golf courses within the California golf market, and we deal with the likes of Pebble Beach, who's hosting the US Open in 2010. You know, we've dealt with Ireland primarily first, you know, the west coast of America, and now what we're dealing with is the east coast of America, and looking primarily at New York, South Carolina, Florida, and then working more so towards the mid after that. Coming from the west coast of Ireland, to develop any business, it has to be unique because of our location. And when the opportunity came along to develop a business like this, I suppose for me, I seen a future in the sense that it was a good potential business, but also a business that I could see me home always being Kilcar. Since we've developed now every single year, we've developed 60% every single year sales-wise, and within the company we see that growing within the next number of years at the same pace.